Hey, customers, welcome back to another episode of Fast Film, where we cover all the news and reviews just for you. This week, we're doing November 13th through November 20th. Let's get into some trailers. So, our first trailer this week is going to be for What If Season 2. The first season of the show was surprisingly really good on Disney Plus. For people that don't know, it's like the different Marvel characters set up in these different scenarios, like what ifs, of course, is why it's the title. It's also a comic series called What If. This one, they're starting on December 22nd and releasing a new episode every day until the 30th of December.
Holy
so that's
shit.
kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, one of them is going to be on Christmas, and it's going to be like How Happy Saved Christmas. So, I mean, this looks pretty fun. I definitely like the first season, so we'll be checking this out for sure.
One a day is pretty cool.
And to do it like that, it makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah. We also got a trailer for Sony's new Marvel movie-ish kind of thing in association with Marvel. It's Madam Web. It's pretty much Spider-Man meets Happy Death Day, kind of like Groundhog Day. So she has powers, and she can kind of, what's that word? Precognitive. And she can see what's going to happen before it happens. But, you know, if she gets unalive, she gets to redo it all over again. I've seen a lot of movies with this kind of same plot, so I'm not looking forward to this one. But if you guys want to check it out, it will be out February 14th, 2024.
And then Disney released another trailer for their Percy Jackson show that's coming to Disney Plus. I know Luis covered this before. It's not really his style of show. It's kind of more my thing. It's Greek mythology, which I always like getting into. The story's pretty interesting, honestly. It is going to be kind of like a teenager-y kind of show, but every person I know that read all the Percy Jackson books is really looking forward to this. So that's going to be releasing on December 20th.
Dude, they should do Percy Jackson mixed with 13 Reasons Why. That would be cool.
Why? So they kill themselves, Luis?
Unalive themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Garfield is getting another movie, but this isn't your Bill Murray type of movie from Garfield. It's going to be a new reboot with Chris Pratt taking over being Garfield. And the trailer does show us Garfield as a kid, and he's homeless. Some people like to say houseless now because you can't really say homeless now. Mm-hmm. But it's him growing up with John. It looks pretty good. I'm actually kind of into this one. Also, the trailer does have a QR code towards the end where you can scan it and submit video footage of your cats acting like Garfield for a chance for them to be in the movie itself as well, which I think is pretty cool. It'll be out May 24th, 2024.
Then we got a trailer for Netflix's new animated movie coming out in December, Chicken Run 2, which, I mean, the first one came out when we were kids. I think it's like 98 or something crazy like that. Yeah. It's been so long. Now they're finally coming back with the second one. First one was all about them getting away from the farm. Second one, they're on like their peaceful little island, and the daughter of the main chicken wants to leave the island, ends up at the farm and is stuck, and it's like a large processing plant now. So, I mean, I'll check this out just because Chicken Run's got some nostalgia effect to me. That's going to be out December 15th. And then we got a trailer for the Batman Christmas special that's coming out on Amazon Prime. It's going to be an animated Christmas special. It looks like Batman has to leave to help the Justice League with something, and Damian Wayne, his like psycho son, is going to dress up as Batman and fight the Rogues Gallery on Christmas. I mean, it looks kind of fun. The art style is super weird. I'm not a huge fan of that, but still, I'm going to check this out when it comes out to Prime.
And Blumhouse released a new trailer for the latest horror movie called Imaginary. A husband and wife and their young daughter move into the wife's childhood home where the daughter finds a teddy bear in the basement. And of course, it becomes her imaginary friend. The imaginary friend starts telling her to do certain tasks in order for her to go travel with him to where he's from. But those tasks soon turn dark, and the bear is actually evil. This looks pretty cool. I'm into this kind of shit. I can't wait for this one when it comes out March 8th, 2024.
Then after like years of development hell and 5 years since the original movie, we got a trailer for Aquaman 2 today. Aquaman is going to be fighting Black Manta again. Looks like Black Manta is going to be trying to kill his whole Aquaman's family, including his son, which, I mean, seems just kind of crazy. I'm definitely going to check it out. The first one made up over $1 billion. It's not a particularly good movie, but it was a lot of fun to see in IMAX. I'll definitely see this one when it's out on December 22nd.
Amber Turd's in this one still, right?
I believe so, but I think they cut a lot of her shit.
Oh, good. Don't want none of that shit.
Yeah.
But also, Art the Clown is back in Terrifier 3. Terrifier 2 released a little over a year ago, and it's awesome to see that they have another one already set up. But it's going to be a while. It's going to be October 25th, 2024. So a little bit under a year until it comes out. But this one does seem, I mean, it's coming out right before Halloween, but this one does seem to be a Christmas-themed horror movie, which is going to be really cool. I love Art the Clown. I'm super excited for this one. I'm also excited for some fucking headlines, though.
Yeah, so our first headline this week is it looks like Creed 4 is in the works. They're going to have Michael B. Jordan back to direct again. I really like these movies. I'm a sucker for fighting movies, like boxing movies, especially these Creed ones have been fantastic. Jordan did a good job with 3, so we'll be looking out for this one when it hits theaters.
Yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with number 3. I didn't like it. I thought it was the weakest one.
I liked it. I thought the way he did the fight and changing it up to be more of a it's almost like anime-ish style was kind of a cool concept to get into.
I didn't like that. That's the thing I didn't like.
I liked that. I thought it's a different take. It's worth trying out new shit, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I was hoping for a boxing movie. I wanted to see boxing, not animation, but it was so okay. But James Gunn has found his Lex Luthor for his Superman Legacy movie. The new actor portraying Lex Luthor is going to be Nicholas Holtz, which hopefully he does a lot better than Jesse Eisenberg because that shit sucked. What does he yell? The red capes are coming.
Yeah.
so bad. But it is set to release July 11th, 2025.
And then another like superhero casting news. The big one this last week is the rumor that Pedro Pascal is going to be Reed Richards for Fantastic Four. I mean, I love Pedro Pascal, but he might be too much of a lovable actor. Reed is supposed to be a dick. Like he's a jerk. So I don't know. Either way, if it's him, I'm happy with it because I like Pedro. If not, cool. Find somebody who's more of an asshole kind of actor.
Brzezinski.
Either way, though, if it is him, it'll be cool if they get Pedro and Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight together on screen because they have some cool comic panels. So to have those two guys together would be kind of cool. But let's get into some reviews. So my first review this week is going to be for the new Netflix docuseries, How to Become a Mob Boss. I ended up watching all these episodes in like a day. It's a really fun format. They kind of like teach it to you like it's a playbook on how to become a mob boss, like controlling the supply chain and stuff like that. And then they go into specifics of certain gangsters that actually went and did that stuff. Like the supply chain episode goes into Frank Lucas and how he like went to Vietnam and got a direct line to heroin and everything. And all of them are just kind of like that. It's such an interesting way to tell these stories. It was a lot of fun. Definitely recommend. It gets a dope from me.
I have to watch this movie now.
Yeah, it's a show. It's like 6 episodes and they're like a half hour each. It was so easy to get through. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. Sounds pretty good. But writers from SNL, Please Don't Destroy, had their new movie, Treasure of Foggy Mountain, released on Peacock. I've never heard of these guys, especially since I don't watch SNL anymore. But this movie was hilarious. It's about a group of friends that go treasure hunting once they found a compass as young kids inside a lake. And this movie is just fucking funny. It's like a modern day Without a Paddle. Have you seen that one with like Seth Green and Matthew Lillard? It's like that mixed with like the humor of Harold and Kumar, which I can confidently say I feel like this is this decade's Harold and Kumar. The humor is up my alley. It's up my ass. I love this shit. It's hilarious. Check it out on Peacock.
So another Netflix project I watched this week is the Scott Pilgrim animated show that dropped on Friday. I've seen the movie a couple times, and the movie's a lot of fun to watch for sure. I thought this was just going to be a retelling of that same exact story, just spread out into like 8 episodes, but it's a whole different story with the same characters. They did it cool. Like it was a good idea to keep the animated format and do exactly like the books were. So it's not an anime style. It's just like their manga style that they used for the comic, which was super cool. Bringing back the old cast was a great move as well. Overall, it's going to get a dope from me. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to see this one too. But Apple TV released Monarch, which is a spin-off series from the King Kong Godzilla movies. It has multiple timelines, stories, and from like the 50s to present time and in between sometimes. But although it is Godzilla and King Kong, there's not that much like action in it just yet. We do get to see them, but only in flashbacks for like maybe 15, 20 seconds. But at the very end, we do get a pretty cool monster attack. It's dope for me. I really like it. I can't wait to see some more destruction. Check it out on Apple TV.
Yeah, it was a little slow the first 2, but it's still good.
Yeah.
So I also went and saw the new Hunger Games movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, or whatever the hell it's called. So this is like 8 years after the last Hunger Games movie release, but this is a prequel going into Cordelia Snow, who was like the evil president in the Hunger Game movies with Jennifer Lawrence. This goes into him like falling in love with this District 12 tribute and mentoring her. It does a good job of like really building up the world and kind of giving us everything that to set up what we see in the Jennifer Lawrence movies. Everyone does a good job acting in their roles. I'm not a huge fan of this series anyway. I mean, honestly, if you want to go see kids like kill each other, go watch Battle Royale instead. But I went with some people that are huge fans of the Hunger Games series, and they read the books. And according to them, the movie did a good job of cutting all the bullshit from the books and just keeping the interesting parts. So that's good. Overall, I'm just going to give it an eye. But I think if you're a fan of the series and the books, you're going to love it and give it a dope for sure. And then for our deep cuts this week, my pick's going to be Dolomite Is My Name, starring Eddie Murphy. This movie came out in 2019, and I think it really just flew by a lot of people, and they missed out on something here. Eddie Murphy plays Rudy Ray Moore, who, if people don't know who that is, was like the creator of blaxploitation films, essentially. He made Dolomite, and it goes into him like being a struggling musician and comedian, and then once he creates this character, he becomes super popular, makes a bunch of money off of like making these indie films off of just this ridiculous pimp character. It's a great movie. Like, check it out. It's got a great cast. It's currently on Netflix. It's one of their originals, so it's probably never going to leave, but definitely go check it out.
And for my pick, I'm going to be picking The Impossible, which is on Netflix and released back in 2012. It tells the true story of a family on vacation in 2004 when a massive tsunami hits Asia. And it shows the family get separated, and we get to see each like family member's storyline coming back together and meeting up, surviving. I love natural disaster movies. Apparently, our producer Randy fucking hates them. He kind of sucks at movie picks, but this movie does star Naomi Watts, Ewan McGregor, and a very young Tom Holland, who, if you know by now, as Spider-Man. But check it out on Netflix. It's very good. It's a little gets you a little teary-eyed at some parts, but it's pretty good. But once again, customers, thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe. Let us know if you like any natural disaster movies. And if you're on Team Randy, then go fuck yourself.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay.